And welcome to another edition of International Soccer Break. I'm your host, Sahil, here with Rahi. And today we brought you all the coverage from the African Cup of Nations. But why am I wearing this?
Why
Rahi,
are
why
you
am I wearing
wearing
this?
that? I don't know. I mean, it's a nice color. You look good in it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, green is my new favorite color. I've taken over your color. But no, why are we doing this? Because this week, a certain Victor Osimhen had what we call a pleasant week. Pleasant week.
Yes, a pleasant week.
Yes.
All those goals that were disallowed during the AFCON, he got them all out in one game for Napoli. A hat trick. I mean, this guy's on fire. You just wish he could have scored the same amount in the tournament. But hey, that's in the past. This guy's on fire. I mean, he looks incredible.
Yeah, I mean, a hat trick in any game is huge, right? Like across the board. But the way that this happened, two goals at the end of the first half. Granted, the last one was kind of a gimme, but regardless, Victor Osimhen, Nigerian sensation, has been on a tear, which brings us to a topic. Nigerian fans out there, were continuing a little bit of the rivalry from the African Cup of Nations. We're talking to you about this gentleman. And Ivorian fans, we'll bring up an interesting topic that you'll be very interested here. So, can Victor Osimhen be better than one of the greatest players that Africa's produced of all time, Didier Drogba?
It's an interesting question because the comparison is actually fair. Let me be clear about one thing. This is not even a conversation right now. Didier Drogba is a legend. What he's achieved in the Premier League, Champions League, what he's done is on a next level. But right now is the time to make the comparison because it looks like Osimhen might make a move this summer and he might go to the Premier League. Drogba he made his name after he moved to Chelsea, right? That's when he became the global superstar that he is.
Yeah.
Osimhen's already a superstar in a lot of ways. So in some ways at his age, he's a little ahead of the game.
Yeah.
But he's about to make this big move to the Premier League. And this could be his chance to do it on an even bigger scale and to take on Drogba level superstardom. So I think it's possible.
You know what's interesting about this question is when I think of Victor Osimhen, I don't think of the same imposing force as I do Didier Drogba. Very different builds in terms of the way they're built and in terms of, the type of player they are, right? Didier Drogba was an imposing figure. Yeah. Victor Osimhen, on the other hand, is still prolific, though, in his own way. And this is where it gets to be an interesting topic of conversation.
Right, 100%. He scored so many goals at this stage. And where the interesting differentiation could happen is in their international careers. Because Didier Drogba, as good as he was, 3 World Cups for Cote d'Ivoire, he never really won a major international tournament. Even for Cote d'Ivoire, they were probably the most exciting team to watch in that 2006 World Cup, but they didn't get out of the group. None of the World Cups he played did they get out of the group. In the AFCONs he's played, he never won it. Remember, the Cote d'Ivoire won it without Drogba. Yeah. So Osimhen has the chance to do for Nigeria what, unfortunately, Drogba with that incredible team couldn't really do for Cote d'Ivoire, and that is to win titles. Now, he didn't win this last Cup of Nations. Yeah. He does have a U17 World Cup under his belt. He does have that, Osimhen.
Yeah.
But can he do for Nigeria what Drogba unfortunately couldn't do for Cote d'Ivoire? It's possible.
And I think this is where he needs to continue to take the next step in his career, right? Because at the end of your career, obviously he's at the very beginning, but at the end of your career, you're always going to be remembered for, the accolades you did for your international team at some point. The one thing for Messi that until very recently, everyone held against him was, okay, you've never done anything for Argentina. And now he's completed that legacy. So I would say, can Osimhen be better than Drogba? I think, yes, he can. He does have that potential. It sounds crazy to say, but I think he can. Is he there yet? No. Is he on the path or trajectory? I don't know. I'd love to hear what the fans have to say about that because that's, I think, where the question comes into play.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about the comparison now, looking already he is and how old he is, he's really on the same trajectory as Drogba. The difference, and this is something you brought up, is the physicality of Drogba might make him someone who can have so much success late in his career. Osimhen isn't the same build, isn't the same type of player. So does he lose some of that effectiveness as he moves forward in his career? Whereas Drogba really got more effective as he got older, right? Because
Yeah.
his physicality became such a force, he was impossible to defend against. So
Yeah.
while the comparison is fair now, we'll see what happens as they get older.
I think it's a fair question, and I think it's something that we'll all be talking about as we move forward. So moving forward now, we'll see how Osimhen continues after that fantastic hat trick that he had. More to come on that front, I'm sure. For all you Niger fans, let's hear it. Let's hear what you got to say about Victor Osimhen. Can he be better? I know the Ivorians, they're going to have a little bit to say as well. But please subscribe if you're enjoying these videos and debates and questions from the world of football. And as I always say, keep watching the beautiful game.
I don't know. I saw Drogba celebrating that Cote d'Ivoire goal in the final. He looks like he could still play. He looks like he could still move around pretty well. I don't know.
I don't know.